Hello, friends. I'm Heidi with Oni Go Stamping, and welcome to my craft corner. I am so excited that you guys are joining me here tonight. If you are watching live, go ahead and leave me a comment. Let me know that you are watching tonight's tonight's demonstration live. Let me know where you're watching from. I already heard from Yvonne in the Netherlands, and she has told me that it is almost 1 a.m. I think is what she was saying, and she's off to bed. So she did not stay for the live, but I know she'll come back and she'll watch the replay later. So hi, Jerry Ann, welcome. So glad you are here. So I'm going to share some Christmas cards with you guys today. And they are going to be like easy Christmas cards, right? Super easy Christmas cards, quick to make. I'm going to show you how to make one. And then I have like four or five other samples that I'm going to share too. But I want to talk about some of the products that I'm using and some other stuff about Stampin' Up. Because one of the things I'm going to be using is the Host Designer Series paper that is in the mini catalog. So your kind of cards, Jerry Ann. Fantastic. Hi, Jamie. So we're going to be using the Host Designer Series paper, which is the Celebrate Everything Designer Series paper. And I want to talk real quick about what that means, like the host. What does that mean? So I'm going to just switch around my cameras just a little bit so we can look at this. Still can't kind of read it, but I'll tell you where it is too. So this is on page 87 of the mini catalog of the, I always have to think about this, July to December mini catalog. And it's right up here. It is this designer series paper. It is so pretty. It has all these different designs. It's 12 by 12. It has 48 sheets, 4 each of 12 double-sided sheets. So it is like a super-sized pack, which is amazing. And I love the colors in it. But it is a host product. Now, what does that mean? What is a host product? Well, if you don't know already, Stampin' Up is a direct sales company, and it was originally started on a pure party plan model, right? And I used to do this years ago. I would go into people's houses and I would bring all my stamps with me, and I'd bring paper and ink, and I'd show people how to do stuff just like I do on here. And we'd usually do like one really simple card. And, we had snacks and whatever, and it was a party, right? And the hostess would earn rewards. Y'all know how it works, right? Y'all been to Tupperware or whatever. So it does still follow that model. And we still have what are called Stampin' Rewards now instead of just host rewards. But when you look in here, it does say party sales. So if you want to, you can grab a few orders from your friends. You can put them together and you can put together an order that way. Or you can just place a big order on your own, because believe me, it's not hard to do. So I just want to show you down here because I think a lot of people overlook this. It's all the way in the back of the catalog and it's so easy to overlook. But this is the party sales, and it shows you how much it is, how much reward you get, which is a percentage of your total sales or your total order, whichever you're doing. And then if you're high enough, you do get a 50% off item too. But the other thing you can do is once you hit that 150 mark, you can order this host set of designer series paper for the amazingly low price of $18. $18 for 48 pieces of gorgeous designer series paper. So I just wanted to take just a minute and talk about that because I know we always overlook it, right? And we don't talk about it very much because I don't go into people's houses and do parties anymore. And I don't know anybody who does like traditional parties. Everyone does kind of classes. So a lot of people do in-home classes, but I don't necessarily know people that still do parties, but there probably are some out there. So I pulled out just a couple of these sheets because I wanted to show you these ones that have more of a Christmas look to them, and gorgeous colors on one side. And then on the other side, we get more like a solid color design, right? Oh, so pretty. I love this. There's so many brights in this, and brights are my color. The other thing that I'm going to be using for these cards is the Jingle 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 stamp set, which I think the stamp set is so much fun. It's so easy to use. It's 2-step. It's great for making really simple cards. So that's what we're going to do tonight. And I have the Jingle 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 stamp set. So, okay, I'm going to make my face a little bit smaller here so that you can see better what I'm doing. And we're going to get started. I'm actually going to make a slimline card tonight. So kind of do something a little bit different. So I'm going to show you a slimline card. So I am starting with a piece of Pool Party. Now this is 8.5 by 7. Okay, 8.5 inches by 7 inches. and I scored it at 3.5. And so this is just going to get folded in half, you know, just like a regular card base. It's just a slimline, so it's skinny. All right, and this is sized to fit in our slimline envelopes, which are really fun. So, all right, so I have that. Then what I'm going to do is I have a piece of that designer series paper, and it is 3 inches by 8 inches. And I grabbed the one that has trees on it. They look like Christmas trees to me. And they're all different, like funkiness, right? And I grabbed some pool party blends, which is kind of fun. So I'm going to start with the light one. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to color in these open trees in blue in the pool party. And I'm just starting with the light. And I'm going to color in that one too. So I'm not coloring the trunks, just coloring the trees themselves. We're going to have, you know, a blue Christmas. And then I'm also, the ones that aren't open, I'm just going to add a little bit of like snowy looking stuff underneath. So just taking my light pool party and just running that underneath the trunk. And we'll add some here. So just very quickly coloring these all in, adding a little bit of definition under those just to bring in a little bit more of the pool party. Now, not all of the Christmas cards that I'm going to show you tonight are different colored, but some of them are. I was just kind of, you know, having fun, seeing what else I could come up with. So, and I'm just coloring these in super, super fast because this pool party is really, really light. I'm going to do some more coloring with the dark. That's a lot more precise. So I'm just doing this really fast. And we'll come in here. All right. So there I added all of that light pool party. And then I'm going to come in with the dark pool party and just add some more shading. So I just want to come in like to these little open trees, and I'm just kind of doing some extra brushing on these larger trees. I think I'm just going to go like around one side and the bottom just to add a darker color in there. So, and this just takes a minute because this is simple coloring. Now on these striped trees, what I thought was fun was just to do every other stripe. And on the plaid, like this diamond one, I kind of did those in stripes too. Like I didn't color all the little checks, which I think is kind of fun. It's hard to see. I know this isn't probably showing up very well on camera because it's so very light. I don't know if I can hold that up. So just really pretty. Thank you, Missy. That is so sweet of you. All right, so I'm just going to color in some more of these little trees. And again, just going fast. I don't know. What do you guys think about blue Christmas trees? Do you guys do funky colored Christmas trees or just green? You have to let me know. Sometimes I do things and I'm like, I don't know if people are going to like that because it's kind of different. I really love pink as a Christmas color. So, all right. So I colored, just added some extra shading, and I'm not even going to blend it out. I'm just doing just that. So I have all those trees, all colors for your Christmas trees. So there are those trees. Now I'm using the Jingle 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 stamp set. In here, there is a star. Okay, there is like a bold star and then there's an outline star, and those go together. I am just going to use the bold star though. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this out. I'm going to put it on a teeny tiny block. And I am going to grab some So Saffron. You like non-traditional colors? Oh, good. All right. So I'm going to just grab some So Saffron and I'm going to ink up the star. Now these larger stars on here, that star like fits perfectly over them. I thought this was so cool when I figured this out. They just fit together so well. So just adding a little bit of So Saffron to all these little stars, all the big stars. Oh, there's no more over here. You know what? I'm going to put it over this tiny star too. Oh, that works. Just kind of wanted to bring some more color in. All right. So there is my background, just really soft and sweet. And I have a piece of basic black. Now this basic black is 3 1/8 inches by 8 1/8 inches. And I am just going to adhere. Ooh, my glue was very runny. Let's pull some of that in so it doesn't goosh out. I am just going to adhere this to my basic black. I just love the starkness of this. All right, just like, oh, I still got some gooshing over there. All right, knock it off. And then I have another piece of the designer series paper. This is from the same set. It's just a pool party with what to me looks like kind of like a stylized cloud, maybe. And I'm just going to take this and put this on the edge over here. And this is just 3 inches by, I think, 1 1/4, if I remember correctly. All right. So that's just going on there. Then I have some of this gingham, the black and white gingham ribbon that I'm going to use on here because I think it's fabulous. And I have a piece. This piece has been hanging around here. So I'm just using, it must have been left over from something. So I'm just going to use it because all I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this around my card. And then I have some Scotch tape because I just keep Scotch tape on my desk. And I'm just going to tape down the ends. Just like that. And then I can trim off the extra. Don't know what I'll do with that. That might not make it. I don't know. All right, so there is the base. And then this is just going to go on my card front. We're still going to do more, though, to this. Pretty easy so far, right? It's going to stay pretty easy, I promise. So this just goes on here. Oh, so pretty. There we go. Now, I have a piece of basic white. Maybe if I can pick it up. So this is my piece of basic white. And I want to put believe in the magic on here. I thought that might be a fun saying. So I'm going to grab the outline of the believe. And I am going to grab the in the magic out. Oh, you know what? I don't actually have to do that on this one. I was going to show you a little trick for putting these together. I'm going to show you because I did this on some of the other cards. But for this card, I'm not actually going to do it. But this grid paper is perfect for this. So a lot of these cards, I stamped the large outline and the little words, both in black at the same time. So all I do is I line up the stamps with the grid line. Okay, so I get both. That way I can make sure both of them are straight because it's a little bit hard to see. And then I put the black on. And that helps me get both of those stamps on one block and get them both straight. But this time I actually just want to use the belief. We're going to do the in magic separately. So I'm going to take some Memento ink and just ink up my believe. And I'm just going to stamp this on white. And it doesn't really matter where because we're going to cut this out. All right. And then each of the big words also has an inside word. So here is the inside word. It says believe, but it's going to make the inside. So I'm going to grab my pool party ink. And I'm just going to ink this up in a little bit of pool party. And stamp that right on the believe. Fit it right in there. Isn't that pretty? So much fun. All right. I'm going to put that ink away before I get my hand in it. And I'm going to grab my paper snips and I'm just going to cut this out. Now it is pretty straight and you could just cut it straight, but there is, I don't know, they're a little bit uneven. And I just kind of like accenting the unevenness when I cut. So I just think it's kind of fun. So I'm just going to fussy cut this. I'm leaving a little bit of a white border all around. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Nobody is going to sit there and look at your fussy cutting and be like, oh my goodness, that isn't perfect. You were closer there and farther away there. It doesn't matter. Nobody looks that close. I'm going to come back to that a little bit. Sometimes I just find it easier to cut like straight and then come back and cut out the indents. All right. So now I'll come back to where this I and the L is. Just cut that, and I'm going to do the same thing with the V. And I am just putting my fingers underneath here to rest my scissors on to kind of try to keep them from shaking. My hand's feeling a little shaky tonight. All right, so there's my Believe. Now I have a little piece of Pool Party cardstock. This is, I think, 1.5 by 3.5. Nope, 1.5 by 4. Okay, this Believe is going to fit right on there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this in the Magic now, and we're actually going to stamp that right on the Pool Party. I'm going to use the Memento Black again and just ink that up. Choo, choo, choo. And that's just going to go right down in the lower right-hand corner of my Pool Party. And then we're going to use some dimensionals, and we're going to end up putting this on the top there. So just kind of something a little bit different. I'm going to adhere this. I have a little piece of basic black that is 1 5/8 by 4 1/8. Doing math in my head. All right. This is just going to go on the front here. Just giving you that little tiny bit of black. I think the black just really makes it pop. So this, I'm going to find my dimensionals. And I'm going to put a ton of dimensionals on here just because it's kind of a delicate flopsy thing. And I want to make sure that it doesn't get squished. I'm going to grab some minis too, because there are some smaller places here. We'll just put in some minis. There we go. And then I'm going to grab the backs off. Come here. That one didn't come. There's our Believe, and this is just going to go right above the Magic. So Believe in the Magic. Oops, could have been a little bit more to the left, but oh well. And then this is going to go on our card front, and our card's going to be done. But y'all don't go anyplace because I have like 5 more cards to show you, I think. I made a bunch. Some are even simpler, and some of them have a little bit more to them. So there we go. There is our slimline card with the Jingle 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 stamp set and the design, not design, but Celebrate Everything Post Designer Series paper that you can get for that amazing low price. That huge, what do I want to say? Like giant, enormous, supersized bundle of 48 pieces. So if you put in a big order, I would definitely recommend getting that because I love it. All right, let's look at another one. So here's one that says, "'Tis the season to be jolly." And again, I used some of that designer series paper. I stamped a couple of the little candy canes down there and added it to it, but just really fun. And then we have one that is Jingle All the Way. Now this has no extras. This is just stamp, ink, and paper. So some pattern paper and just some regular paper, and just stamped that little ornament down there. So that was fun. Next one is one of my favorites. I just love how bold this turned out. So I just stamped the little lights on here with jolly, kind of alternated them, every one. And then there's a little bulb to stamp in the center of each of those lights. I did the different colors and did the jolly, and then I embossed the "'Tis the season to be." But I thought that was just really, it just jumps. It pops. And here's another one. This is the same paper. Look how different that paper looks Thanks, Jamie. Look how different that paper looks between when you've colored it. This one I colored with Granny Apple Green and Shaded Spruce, and this one was with Pool Party. So it just kind of creates a really different look depending on what color you color the trees. So, and I added some more of that ribbon on there. And then one more, I have a pink one because I love the pink. And it says, "'Tis the season to be jolly." And then I put, can you see this up here? I put a little piece of that gingham ribbon with some twine on it, and then one of those little candy canes as just kind of a little accent on the top. So those are my, what did I have? 6 cards here using the Jingle 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 stamp set and the Celebrate Everything designer series paper. Really fun and exciting. I love it. I had fun making these. So thank you all for joining me tonight. I will be back next week, Tuesday. I'm going to be here Tuesday. We're doing mystery stamping next week, so that should be fun. Watch for the clue coming out on Monday afternoon. Make sure that you are over in the Facebook group with me so that you can get that clue. It will also be in the description of the video once I create the live video. So once that live video is up on YouTube, you can click into the description and it will have the supplies there as well. Oh, thanks, you guys. I'm so glad that you like them. So that'll be Tuesday. Next week, Thursday, I think I will be gone, okay? Unless I really get on top of things this weekend and pre-record a video for you, I think I'll be gone on Thursday. I am headed off to our annual convention. Super excited to hang out and do stamping with all my friends. Make sure that you are following me over on Instagram if you don't already. If you want to see pictures and stuff and see some of the exciting things that are happening next weekend, make sure that you follow me over on Instagram because I'll be posting that stuff in my stories. So you have to pay attention every day because it will just disappear after 24 hours. But that's where all that will be. So thank you all again for joining me tonight, and I will see you all next week. Have a fabulous weekend.